Bonjour tout le monde. Hi everyone, my name is REFRENCES. I'm a trader and I'm a future analyst at Traders Profit Club. I've been trading for the last 6 years, and with you on a daily basis I will cover WTI, Nasdaq, Eurodollar, gold, Ethereum and Bitcoin. I've been training a lot of students that are making a lot of profits. I am currently working as a quantitative trader in a crypto hedge fund. And now I've become a very successful trader, and I'm not afraid to say so. I've made hundreds of thousands, and I want to teach you how to become a successful trader. I want to teach you how to make money, how to protect this money, how to manage your risk. Together, we will reach what you thought was impossible a few days ago. I mean, making thousands of dollars of return on a daily basis. My name is Raphael Kantz. I'm really excited to meet you. Bye. Au revoir. Hey everyone, well, I'm glad to finally be back. So I had some health issues, so I hope that you forgive me for not having been there for the last couple days. As you can see, and you will hear it, that's it's still not perfect. But anyway, I'm glad to be here with you. And let's have a look about what happened during the last days on the crypto markets. Okay, so okay, as we see, we have here, for example, the Bitcoin USD. Well, it's pretty clear. It's pretty good what we have. We have like this is a downtrend environment. Okay, this is a downtrend and bearish environments. So I issued, for example, today, as you could see, for the people that were on Discord, you could see I issued a trade alert, short one, a short entry that went well. I decided to close it also because yeah, I was already making more than 1% profit. So 1% profit a day, is something, like, and at that point, some kind of what I call absorption. When you try to catch a beat and the buyers, there is a higher probability for the buyers to enter, and which I didn't like. So instead of risking everything, especially that we had some low volume at this point, I preferred to, well, to take my profit, and then you see, rather, and this is why what happened after. So I didn't like profit for this fall, but for you guys actually that maintain your order, then you have like a very strong volume candle here that's actually put the price down pretty fast, and we are now in downtrend. We made a new low. Okay, we made a new low on a short-term basis, so we have lower highs and no lower lows, so this is totally bearish. And so this means actually it takes advantage of any rebound to go in and short. Okay, this is basically it. The volume actually it's coming back, and this is something I said in my market health update. I was a bit surprised that I'm a bit surprised there is not that much volume regarding that. We are in this is a morning day for the US, and so for example, the index market is not the stock equities markets are not open. Therefore, I was thinking that maybe we could see some kind of appeal, some kind of cash flow that would be poured into the crypto markets as people, they become like a bit more. They were waiting, for the stock to reopen. Well, we could see that we have some more volume, but I wouldn't say that this is just. Of course, this candle is pretty. Actually, it's over the average of what we had on the last days. So this is a good thing, and this is a good thing for short. Okay, definitely here you don't want to be long. Okay, I don't want to be long either. I don't want to be long on this one because even if I see some congestion there, really like this candle actually is the volume candle is actually going. It's a selling pressure, a pretty high selling pressure, and we got volume built. So that means that there is some momentum being built on the selling side. And I don't see the buyers actually stepping in and try to reverse this momentum. So right now, I think that this is a short time. This is a short time to a short period. So this is why I would take advantage of any kind of rebound in order to enter into the markets. Okay. So a lot of people, are expecting, I read a lot of stuff. They are expecting this kind of Christmas rally, the same as, for example, the stock or the equities, are expecting on the same side. Be careful. Be careful with expectations, because they are only based on what happened on the last years. And what happened last year doesn't mean it's going to happen this year, actually. So I would say remain cautious. Remain cautious. This is we are in a bear trend. We are in a bearish trend. This is also the continuation. So what we were having for the last weeks. So nothing has changed, really. Nothing has changed. I was pretty excited here by this kind of strong rebound, but it could be a bull trap. If we go down and if we go below the year's low, then that would be an incredible bull trap. So that would mean that actually the Bitcoin is not ready to catch a bid, and 2019 could be actually a pretty black year, actually a pretty dark year, regardless the fact that we had some nice momentum being built, that I really believe that some people were going and jump in, and no, actually the sellers still are in control there. So people are praying, they're expecting, but let's come down to the brutal fact. Brutal fact is that there is nothing here that is saying that actually the buyers are in control. No, there is on the contrary, sellers are in, and they intend to keep the upper end. So no, I don't feel safe about entering anything and entering any long position. Even if you think that the value of Bitcoin is low, it can go much lower pretty fast, because this is a bull trap. If we make a new low, then this becomes a bull trap. And what comes with bull trap? It comes desperation. Okay, desperation. So people are going actually to flush down to the toilets every long they have. So you're going to have a massive long covering, and people that are going to jump in, whether it is on the future side, whether it is, for example, on the the hard asset side, and they're going to go and short. You're going to sell their assets, and they're going to short any futures they can have. So not safe at all. And I'm just going to have a look there. It's okay, President. Okay, hi, Michael Jones. President Bush funeral and 800-point loss today. Yes, yesterday. Sorry, and markets closed. Liquidity and volume low. This is true. This is definitely true. What we see here is that we don't have for the traditional markets, we don't have anything, we don't have anything, any volume, any liquidity. And I took, for example, a US oil trade. I took a trade on the WTI, so which was the only market at some point, that gave me some insight. I took a long, and I made some profit, and then I sold that pretty bad. I took a long about like 52.50, something like this, and then I closed this at 44.08, if I remember. And then that's it. I closed it, and I was kind of surprised, actually I got this kind of signal, because we can see that look at the volume, it's going down, and today it's not really that. When you have a vacation day, especially for the US market, then you don't expect anything. You don't expect the markets to respond, especially the stock market is closed. If I go on the Nasdaq, then look, Nasdaq is closed, so there is no volume here. Okay, so well, anyway, this is why we are going back to the Bitcoin and Ethereum, and what we can see now is that we are in a bearish trend. And it's really, and I told that in my market health update that I post every day in the beginning, is like I think this is going to keep going down. I'm not telling that it's going to make a new year's low. Okay, I'm not saying that yet. Okay, this is not something I can forecast, unfortunately, but this is going to go down. Okay, this is going to go down. Something that has been even more, I would say, and I told that actually in the market update, this is something that have been even more impacted, is the Ethereum. Ethereum right now, and I hope you can see what I see, is that it's even worse than the Bitcoin. So even if you want to take a short, I took a short on the Bitcoin, but really taking a short on Ethereum was actually even a better idea. Would have been a better idea. Ethereum was showing some signs of weaknesses, really some strong signs of weaknesses. And look, right now we made a new low, and we are making a new low there. So this is really bad. This is really bad, and we are going lower. Actually, we are going lower toward the end. So except if anyone comes in, and you can see, you can see here the volume is pretty strong. Regarding the last days that the volume was thin. Volume is pretty strong, and it's on the downside. So the sellers are coming back, and they're coming back strong. Like they're telling the bulls that no, we are still here. Therefore, I don't see. Well, I'm truly sorry for what I said, last week, because I really felt that this was a very bullish sign. But you know what they say: if you got a bull trap, okay, so you got all these bullish signals, and then people just go in, but they can't resist the sell pressure. Then at the end, it becomes an even better indicator of what's going to happen, okay? Because there, I will definitely, enter short on this one. I just looking back for any pullback, if there is, which I'm not even certain, we were going to see a pullback. Every pullback, actually, look at the size of it. For example, if we look at the size of it, and I just hope that you can see. It's like first we got this momentum that's being built. Okay, so we got nice volume here, nice momentum, nice candles. Then we got like this. Okay, the sellers, they come back in. Then we got another attempt. Okay, that was pretty nice actually, pretty nice, but no following through. Okay, and then the sellers come back in, and look at this. The sellers here and the sellers there, actually they're becoming stronger, but there the buyers is going to be becoming weaker and weaker. And right now, I don't even know if we are going to see some kind of pullback. So maybe we just crash down. See? So when you see that any sign of this, I would say the support is being broken currently as I'm speaking right now. If you see any sign, then you just jump in and short. This is much better. Actually, like this is the best trade you can make here. So yeah, anyway, this is okay, I'm saying, yeah. Oh, hi Zain, by the way. Yes, still riding my ETH short. Weekly looks terrible. Definitely, I'm on the 4 hour here. Let's have a look at the weekly. Oh, yes, you're right. Your weekly looks very bad. Weekly looks terrible. We can see that we have some massive volume here that is being built, and wow, this is terrible. Really, I think that we will see under 100 actually pretty soon. Actually, and even some exchange. I wouldn't be surprised that some exchanges actually they already give you Ethereum. For they already offer you Ethereum for less than $100. This is terrible, and I don't see something stopping it. So I was really like I really had some expectations there. Okay, just at Bitcoin, just as Bitcoin there, but it's even more clear when we see the Ethereum. Normally, the Bitcoin is actually the big brother, but Ethereum right now it's taking a dump. But it's incredible. It's taking there is nothing stopping it, and I don't expect that we will see any like anything stopping this. On the contrary, what we could see is an acceleration phase. So like people they had this bull trap, for example, and once they will realize it, then they will just flush down every other asset they have. They will go on every futures based on Ethereum and short it. So we could see panic selling, coming in pretty soon, and that would mean that we could see the Ethereum going back to, well, if we go on the weekly, then we can go like pretty fast to just let's have a look. Like we have, for example, here. Okay, let's see. We could go back pretty fast to the 79, 80, and even lower. Actually, there is no sign of it stopping it. It's going to stop when buyers are going to step in. So it's hard to say to which extent it's going to go. But what I can say is that this is not looking good. This is looking like really a short opportunity here. Okay, you want to take a short there. Yes, so Zane, you're right. You're right to still riding your short, and don't close it now. This is actually a perfect. If you entered like before, this is perfect. Just wait for it, and enjoy it, man. Enjoy your profits. This is actually pretty great. So yeah, so that was about. I'm just going to have a look at the lack of support exactly, and how I feel about Ethereum, possibly down to 40. BCI is not looking good either. Well, definitely, there is actually no sign of anything, that's going to stop it. This is actually pretty. Well, this is pretty terrible because we are looking like this is December. Okay, so I'm just looking at. I'm really like. I would really like to know where are we going to be next year. It's like this year was terrible because a lot of people they had this kind of high expectations about crypto markets. Everybody was buying on December, and then on January and February, there was like the crash, the bubble burst, as they call it. And I'm really actually. I really want to know where we are going to start the year. So if we are going to start under 100, if we are going actually to catch a bid, which is right now not the odds are not in this doesn't go in this sense. But yeah, that would be actually 2019. We could see actually the opposite. We could see actually, for example, cash being poured out, liquidity being drained out, as maybe, for example, a lot of people they would prefer to go on equities, for example. Normally, January and February they are great months, for equities. Okay, they're great months because actually, people on December the volume is low, and then on January they become to pull back much more money, especially the funds, the institutional players. So this way, a lot of people that are currently owning, I would say, hard assets, they will say, well, you know what, I'm going to dump all of my crypto assets, and I'm going to put that in equities because I saw that there is a lot of chance that we can make a new high or something like this. And they're going to buy Apple, Amazons, and everything. So yeah, this is and also you have to look about something because we are just looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, but look at the shitcoins and look actually the impact they had. This is actually incredible. A lot of shitcoins, there were, and I saw that, my friends. Before, we made that mistake, and we were seeing something. We thought that we were in the same trend, as in 2017 when everything was just a buy a dip. And so a lot of people they were actually buying shitcoins and saying that it's great, it's only one Satoshi, so I'm going to buy this one. And then the price kept going down. You saw the volume being drained out. The volume was divided by 10 in like few weeks, and then at the end you had to sell it against Doge, for example, or against Litecoin, and it was pretty was a mess. And if you see, for example, the repartition of the the market capitalization at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, this is incredible. A lot of altcoins have died, and a lot others are going to die. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, they don't go, even if Ethereum is considered an altcoin. It's really a very strong one. Okay, this is the second biggest pair, so I'm not afraid about the survival of Ethereum. On the contrary, and Bitcoin neither. Especially as we have Bitcoin futures, for example, that are being traded on the Nasdaq. So I that the Bitcoin or Ethereum and even others, for example, like big ones, like Monero or Misgo, those ones, I'm not. Oh, of course, Bitcoin Cash, and I don't fear the fact that they're going to zero and they're going to die. Not for now, at least. Okay, but a lot of shitcoins actually are not such more golden rocks, and they could be actually like pretty strong traps, and you can lose a lot of money. And I'm talking about your wealth, your legacy. So I would really stay away, from all the cheat coins and everything. And right now, when you see an ICO, they're offering a lot of discounts. And if you remember correctly, in 2017, they were not offering any discounts for any token that was issued through ICO. Why? It's because everyone was buying. So if everyone is buying, then you don't want to sell your products at a lower price. This is like right now we are in Christmas, okay? Christmas is coming. Do you see any discount coming in on Christmas about, for example, if you want to buy a Christmas tree? No, because everybody is going to buy a Christmas tree. So why are you going to sell a Christmas tree at 20% discount? No, knowing that the demand is in. Okay, but right now this is a contrary with the crypto market, the crypto sphere, and especially the shitcoins. There is no demand, there is no volume for the big ones. So imagine for the shitcoins, the volume has been drained to zero. And at some points, well, bit by bit, you know, the project is being dried out, because you have to think this way. Those are companies besides, and those companies, they actually need, you know, for their product, even if their product is great, but they need actually to put money on their development, on the website, on the marketing, which is truly important in regarding crypto, in the crypto markets. So if you can't sell the tokens which are going to be used, you know, to feed your to seed your capital, then your product is just going to die. And at the end, you know, well, you're going to stay with tokens that are going to worth zero, no value. Okay, so this is why I would really be careful about this. I'm uncertain about ETHEREUM. I don't have confidence in Vitalik. Well, Vitalik is like I don't bear any like bias regarding the character, and he's, well, a lot of people, you know, they think that he's a genius. He's a great guy. Definitely, you know, there is I was kind of we can actually like put the term impressive, you know, on this guy, because what he has built is incredible. He was also talking, I saw a conference about him talking about the scalability issue within the crypto market, which was pretty interesting. I don't really know where he wants to go with ETHEREUM. Currently, ETHEREUM is a great platform. It's a great platform, and you can is a great blockchain development platform, and issue a lot. So you can issue a lot of smart contracts. So I like this about ETHEREUM, the fact that it's not only about the currency, it's about all the platform that has been built and the contract, the tools that they are selling you. So we can have like I would say a Google type of experience, when you can actually like bring your own content, and the platform is going to feed, you know, from this content. So this is why I feel pretty confident about ETHEREUM. Vitalik, I don't know. Vitalik is one guy, I would say it's like the Steve Jobs, you know, of Apple. But the problem, you know, is like, of course, we know that Steve Jobs, you know, did, I would say, a good job. I'm not going to say a terrific or a great job with Apple, because the human being behind Steve Jobs, you know, Steve Jobs, you know, was just one guy, and there were a lot of people that were forgotten. You know, it's like the company doesn't grow just because of one man. This is something that is always being forgotten. And Steve Jobs was pretty, like, sometimes, you know, when he was delivering some conferences, it was pretty I would say emotional, irrational sometimes, especially his hatred, you know, toward, not his hatred, I don't know if it was animosity against Bill Gates, for example, that in my sense is a true genius, in my sense, but this is just a subjective assumption, of course. Vitalik, I don't know actually. It's going to depend a lot. He has been also like he has been a bit disappointing also as well, you know, with the trend that the cryptos are currently taking. I think that he was expecting much more, because at some points he was talking about, for example, cross blockchains, and he was talking also about the development in other industries and other areas. So he was talking about like he was talking, you know, to spread, you know, as within industries, and within actually also not only like blockchain technology related, but also regarding the Ethereum itself. You know, like for example, if Amazon, Alibaba, eBay, you know, was able to accept it, but the problem is that they don't accept. And I told totally understand. Like, for example, I totally understand Bezos when he said that Amazon is not going to accept for now Bitcoin or Ethereum. Look what happens, for example. And this is normal. It's like you're selling something, you know, in Bitcoin, so you're getting Bitcoin, and then the value of the Bitcoin is going down by, I don't know, 20, 30%, even if it's only 5 or 10%, you know, even if it's only 5% overnight, let's say. Okay, so you lose a lot, you know. That's okay. I don't know about Amazon margin. I haven't checked their fiscal statements, but losing 5% just because of I would say currency impact, it's huge. Normally, you see that over a year, for example. You see that when you're in a company. Exactly. Yes, when you're in a company, and when they make you do, for example, they make you look at the cryptocurrencies when it's a multinational company. I was working for, at one point, I was just doing some planning analysis, you know, for NBC Universal. And as you know, NBC Universal is selling a lot of programs, you know, they built, and to a lot of countries. And they were like, of course, they were being paid, you know, in the money in the local money and local currency. And at the end, you know, we saw the impact, and the impact was kind of large. I was showing a report to my boss, and it was about like we had an impact of 4% on our returns. So 4% regarding regarding NBC Universal was kind of huge. So imagine, and 4% we were talking about a year. So imagine you have this, but based on a week or on a day. You can't accept that. You can't do business, you know, with that kind of thing. So unless you have, for example, the Bitcoin that would be pegged to the dollar, but like you would have to maintain it. So that would say, okay, like for example, I don't know, some money are pegged to the euro, some money are pegged to the US dollar. For example, let's say like you have the Argentinian pesos. Well, right now they're actually everything they're doing in dollars. But okay, you peg it. But when you peg it, that means that you have a central bank beside it. You have a central bank behind it that says, okay, so we're going to make sure that the range of the Bitcoin against the dollar is going to be between, I don't know, 6,000 and I'm saying something between, like right now, 3,000 and 3,200. Okay, this way, actually, yes, people can make money, can make business with it. And actually, last year, a lot of people, they were thinking the wrong way. They were thinking like, okay, look, we saw some people that are buying stuff, so goods with Bitcoins or Ethereum. And then at this point, a lot of people, they said, that's it. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are the money that's actually it's a safe place, safer place than dollar. And look, it's better, you know, to put your money in Bitcoin because at the end it's going to appreciate against the dollar. But what happened and why we had this? Because we were in a bubble state, and a bubble state is like everything keeps growing, so you don't care actually to be paid in Bitcoin, because you know that at the end Bitcoin keeps going to grow. Actually, on the contrary, you don't like to pay in Bitcoin, because if you pay in Bitcoin, then you know that actually your Bitcoin 2 days or 5 days or 2 months later is going to worth much more. So people, you know, they were keeping everything to themselves, you know, and they were just, you know, spending bit by bit, you know. But the problem is that right now we are not in this area anymore. We're not in the States. What people are looking right now, and I'm talking what people are looking, is stability. We need stability, okay? I'm not, in order for me to have like a great, I would say, to see a great future about Bitcoin and Ethereum, I want to see some stability, more stability. I would say like other currencies, okay, like the euro dollar, like the pound against the dollar, okay. And you see those currencies, they are moving pretty wildly. We see that the dollars, you know, last year it was on 1.03. The euro was at 1.03 against the dollar, then it went all the way up to 1.25, and then all the way down to 1.13. Okay, so there are still volatility. Okay, that doesn't mean that because a money, you know, is stable, that a money is great. No, of course, a money is something that needs to live, and people, you know, buying and selling. So of course, going to create this. But right now, what we have is ludicrous. It's like you can't base the business based on, you can't have a business based on this. Something that lose 90% of its value, then gain 20%, then lose 50% more. You can't base the business on this. Okay, what you want is something stable. So no, no. Unfortunately, Alibaba, eBay, Amazon, and other big entities, you know, big merchants, they're not going to accept that, and not for now. So I was actually pretty glad that the Bitcoin futures were issued in the Nasdaq, because that gave actually that assessed the Bitcoin or the other cryptocurrencies as we are there. Okay, we are there and we assess it, even if the SEC, for example, don't recognize, you know, a lot of them, and of course we had some kind of some regulations issues, but at least you have the Bitcoin futures being traded in the Nasdaq. So this is huge. This was actually a big revolution, and nobody seems to care about, you know. And but that was also why actually the Bitcoin that was also contributing. You know, it was not the only factor, but this was also contributing to the fact that Bitcoin was going down in January and February, because people, they saw this kind of bubble burst, and they took advantage of it. Okay, through the futures, you know. So yeah, Ethereum is a great. I'm just going back to Ethereum. Ethereum, on, I would say, to be honest, Ethereum is a great idea, is a great concept. Okay. However, right now, what we can see is that it's suffering. It's suffering, but deeply, and it doesn't look that it's going to stop. Okay, so no, I don't feel safe about going long there. Actually, I'm actually going for the next days. You probably see me like issuing some short trades on the Ethereum. Okay, I issued. Okay, there was someone asking me a question, like it was last week, and he was asking me, why did you take a long trade on Bitcoin while you said, and I put it actually that was really risky. It was there actually at that point. Okay, the only issue there I saw is that we saw some absorption. When I say absorption, is that I was seeing, you know, the market depth and the market breadth, and we were seeing, you know, some absorption. When I say absorption, is that actually the sellers, they were meeting buyers. So I was feeling kind of good, you know, in the sense that I was willing to take a trade. Of course, I wasn't expecting it, you know, to go all the way up. I was just, you know, thinking about maybe $30 to $50, you know, upward movements. But I had to set up a stop loss. You know, I had to set up a stop loss. So I set up my stop loss about there, and then the volatility hit my stop loss, and then I was closed, and I was actually trying this, but what I was expected was something like this. Actually, it was this kind of candle here, at least, you know, half of it, you know. But the problem is, like, it only happened during the weekend. So it was something actually that I did it because I saw that there was some buyers that was trying to catch a bid. So I was, at some point, we were already down, you know, by, I don't know, maybe something about 7%. We're already down by 7%. We got some kind of movement exhaustion, and I was like, it was a good place to enter. Unfortunately, well, the volatility, well, there was just like this last hit that hit my stop loss, and well, I was away. So of course, this way you can say, oh my god, but this is why I don't trade with stop loss. No, actually, you need a stop loss, because, well, of course, it's easy to see there and say, well, that's great, you know, it's like you've lost an opportunity. However, if you would have gone already there, then I would have lost. Not only I lost about something 1.5%. So, but I wouldn't have lost 1.5%. I wouldn't have lost maybe 4, 5, or 6%. So this would have not been actually acceptable. So this is why stop losses and risk management are very, very important. I'm going to dedicate actually the last. I'm just going to see if okay. I'm just going to dedicate the last minutes on the risk management strategies. Okay, this is something very important, and I see that a lot of streaming, they are not taking that into account, and this is what I really want to share with you guys. Okay, so for you that know me, and I use what I call, I'm a day trader. Okay, so I close my trades, you know, on a daily basis. Okay, I issued no more than 2 or 3 trades per day. Okay, in order not to overtrade. Okay, this is one of my, I would say, risk management policies. Okay, not over trading. I don't want 10 trades. You know, I've done this before. I've seen people that were trading 10, 15 times a day, issuing even more than that, and at the end they were like, it was like, you know, they were going all the way up. Their profits were going, like, were soaring, and at the end of the day they just ended up here. So what's the point actually? You want to keep it up here. You don't want to actually to give back the money you made, you know, because you were working for this money. So this is why I don't trade more than 2 or 3%. And when my tolerated daily loss is being hit, so let's say for example it's 5%. Let's say like I can afford to lose 5% a day. Okay, it depends, of course. That this is something that it's regarding you actually. If you feel comfortable about only playing, you know, with only like losing 5%, that's fine. If you feel comfortable by losing 10%, this is up to you. But let's say that if you're actually allowing yourself to lose 5% a day, then you will last 20 days. You know, you can make now 20 days losses in a row before actually you get rock bottom. Okay. However, 10%, that's going to be much faster. You know, you're counting about 10 days, you're counting that in 2 and 20 and 50, etc. Okay, so first, this is it. So when I hit it, when the stop loss is being hit, for example, and when I've hit my tolerated daily loss, then I'm done. I'm done for the day. This is something I can only accept for the day. Okay, I'm not thinking about, yeah, but I could enter one more time, and no, because first you have to preserve your capital from yourself. Okay, your biggest enemy is yourself as a trader. I'm going to do some kind of psychology mixed with risk management and money management policies. But yeah, the fact is that a human being, you know, we always have, you know, like we always have some troubles in order to exit a losing trade. We have had trouble, you know, to do that, because we don't like to take a loss. Okay, we don't like to take a loss. We don't like to recognize that we were wrong. Okay, but this is actually the issue. You think that you are wrong. Okay, the problem is that if you issue a trade that was legit, okay, then you are not wrong. It's not because the trade results in a loss that it's going to be wrong. No, it's just that actually, well, there were some unsystemic risk. There were some unpredictable, unforeseeable movements that just took you down. But that's okay. This is why you want to protect yourself. Okay. So this was more the conceptual part, but for the theoretical part, yes, for the practical part, you need to have stop losses that are issued. You really need to trade with stop losses. Okay, don't believe like people on Twitter or whatever, you know, that's telling you that you can trade without, because they're only actually no, this is not true. Okay, because they don't care about you. Okay, you need to protect your money. You need to protect your money, and the only way to protect your money is to put stop losses to actually, in case there is something big happening, something that you didn't forecast, you need to make sure that you are going to be able to save yourself. Okay, to save yourself. Okay, and also having a discipline is very, very important. When I say having a discipline is extremely important, in the sense that you need to make sure that you're going to respect everything, you know, you're saying, everything. Okay, like I'm not going to do more than 2 or 3 trades per day, but I'm going to stick to it, because if you don't, then there is no point for it. Okay, I'm going to respect my tolerated daily loss. Okay, but if you don't, then there is no point for it. Okay, then after that, after that, I'm going to stop about. I'm going to feel much more confident, because I know that you will make some losses. A lot of people, they enter the trading and they feel really bad, every time they lose. And this is kind of weird, because this is normal to lose. Actually, this is normal to lose. It's like if you never lose, then this is not trading. Actually, this is something else, like something that's been created. This is artificial, okay? And you need also, this will allow you to have the right mindset in order to make sure that you enter and exit the trade properly, not based on your emotion, not based on your guts, but based on analysis, based on facts, okay? Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. And yes, so just to conclude, so I'm going to wrap it up, I'm just going to summarize about Bitcoin and Ethereum, what we have here. And I'm going to repeat myself. I'm truly sorry about that, but this is actually a short position that should be issued right now. Okay, I see where actually I'm just, for example, this one is going to be, if we can have a pullback, a rebound, that could be great actually, to take advantage of it and take a short here. What I see here, for example, is that there is no volume on the buying side. Of course, we are H4, so we will see how it's going to go in the next hours. But that doesn't seem actually pretty safe, so to go long, I'm taking. So yes, I would actually wait, for it to pull back, to rebound. Sorry, I don't know what I have with those words, but I'm going to wait, for this to rebound a bit, and then I'm going to go short, and this is going to be a safe bait. Okay, of course, you put a stop loss. You're going to put a stop loss. I would put a stop loss, for example, around. I would say, to be fair, you put a stop loss where you feel safe, actually, where you feel that the volatility is not high. There is no volume, so you don't have to put a stop loss there, okay? Because there is no point for it. When you're going to put a stop loss, like maybe $100, above, your target, above your entry point, and then you have your target that's going to be like near the lows, actually. So that's going to go pretty fast. For Ethereum, it's even clearer, actually. You see no spot, or there is nothing here that's telling me that is going to rebound. On the contrary, as I told you, and this is what I made myself pretty clear here, is that what we are saying here is that, look, the rebound here, so we have a strong rebound, I would say, a momentum being built, okay, the sellers coming in, but for now that was just a pullback. Then we have the strong one, the strong rejection, I would say, so the strong buyers, the strong bid being caught there, but then another pullback, and look what we see is that the momentum here that was built is much higher than this one, okay? And the sellers, on the contrary, actually, the momentum, even if it's not that clear, is at least equal or growing up. Then we have actually another attempt to rebound, but this rebound momentum is weaker, okay? It's weaker, and we can see, some, I would say, some issues, being able to build this this momentum. And then we go back in, and look, this is even stronger. So this is what I don't even know if we're going to see such kind of pullback, but if such kind of rebound. But if we do, then I'm going to take a short here. I'm going to take a short, and I hope that we can go, for example, to 106, 107, and then I take a short on this one, and probably go below 100. So yeah, this is how I feel about this. And remember about the risk management strategies. This is something very important that I'm going to cover every day. Okay, this is the most important part. I'm going to say this is even more important than just being able to spot entry and exit. Okay. Today the markets, actually the Nasdaq and the because of the morning day, so a lot of indexes, they're not working. So therefore, we had a low volume on the traditional markets. But as you know, I'm also a traditional assets trader. So I will start, covering bit by bit about the Nasdaq, the WTI, which is known as the US oil, the euro dollar, and gold. Okay, bit by bit I'm going to put that, so that I know that some of you are trying to diversify. And this also, you know, and for only crypto traders, that will also give you some insight, you know, about those other trades and how to trade them. And maybe you will follow me. Just something important, you know, I'm here on Discord. Okay, feel free to ask me for anything, you know, like I'm very present on Discord. You can ask me anything you want. So for example, someone today, you know, asked me about told me about the strategy, and then I gave him my humble opinion. And feel free actually to try, you know, like if you want, for example, yeah, okay, just tell me, Raphael, you know, I would like to trade crude oil, as someone told me, like today. Well, of course, you know, I would like to guide you through it, you know, and give you some tools. Okay, don't feel scared, you know, don't feel like this is new. I know this is new. It can be frightened to entering a new market, but I can assure you that those markets are way bigger than the cryptos. And if we keep seeing, you know, this volatility downside, and this downtrend, and this liquidity being drained out, then the traditional markets are going to give you much more profits. Okay, so well, also something. So we are actually like this is the video for my current channel. Okay, I'm in TPC, Traders Profit Club, okay, with Naim and Branson, and this is my first channel, so my first actually video in the new channel, as we have divided in three. So please, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe and like my videos. I would much appreciate. And I'm going to be back. So I do a daily market update, you know, every morning. Just normally I try to do so before the market opens. Okay, but well, for cryptos it doesn't have much you know, as much impact. You know, it's more for the traditional market sense. But recently I've been doing that a lot for crypto markets. And then yeah, you can go on Discord, you can join me, and feel free, you know, to question me about anything. I will be gladly to help, especially regarding the risk management, money management. If you have any issue regarding the fact that, well, you were losing some money, we all been there. Okay, there is no trader that haven't lose money at some point. If you have been losing money, if you want someone to help you to rebuild your wealth, then we are there. Okay, and I would really like to help you about this. You know, really, we can you know, like build a strategy together, and you will have access to the trades. If you become a member, and then you will have access to my trades. So today I issued 2 trades that went positive. And yeah, well, that's it. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, and see you tomorrow then. Okay, very much. Anyway, I'm just going to look at the chat, you know, like okay, well, hi Wind, you know, hi Wind, you know, happy to see you joining. And yes, you're right, this is a falling wedge. And okay, so anyway, thank you very much, you know, for your time, and let's see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye bye, have a good day.